Ethan just starts Googling stuff. Oh yeah, I remember that character. Yeah. I'm probably gonna Google
I know
character.
who he is. I don't think I'd remember any of their names until, like, now, when I rewatched it. So, alright. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Pulse on a Podcast, a podcast brought to you by Holographic Studios. Haha, get the connection? Haha. They both use the word hollow. I'm just so smart. Okay. Honestly, if I wanted to change the name, what would I change it to? Because it doesn't exactly roll off the tongue, you know what I mean? I've been needing to make a discussion about this. Do you have any opinions?
I don't know. I didn't really think about it.
Honestly, if I wanted to change it, I might make it something really weird. Like, I don't know. Mediocre
Bikini
shower.
bottom.
I don't know.
Bikini bottom, but like
Try to-
somehow make it film related.
Try to have like your name in it, like Francis's something that starts with an F.
Francis's bottom.
No.
What?
No.
I was thinking to combine it.
I'm sorry. I don't condone this behavior.
Francis's Fanny.
What? Okay, I'm gonna stop you right there. Okay. Hello. I am Holographic Studios. I'm also known as Francis, and returning we have
Karina.
yeah, she's back. She's
I'm back.
it's her second episode,
Yes, sir.
and coming new to the table we have
Ethan.
woohoo. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. If you guys want to be on, I don't know who's listening, but if you want to be on, you can contact me. And then I'll just tell you no, but it's fine.
Oh.
No.
Very
Yeah, no hard
marketing
feelings.
strategy.
It's a very high reserved list. You need to
Oh, yeah.
call 3 weeks in advance.
Yeah, no. It's been
Oh,
a
yeah.
while since our last episode. It's been like a whole month since we did an episode on The Mandalorian, and which you should totally watch. We did like a whole recap and all that. The whole season's out, all of season 2. It's very much out, and it's great. Yeah. So, okay, we're here with an episode about a very little known Disney movie from 2001. So it's like ancient. It's like 20 years old by now. Called Atlantis: The Lost Empire, starring Michael J. Fox, also known as Marty McFly, as the lead character. So I don't really know anyone else in the movie, but that's the only one I can remember. So this movie was made by... Okay, let's do our first segment that I think we can start making a regular, of where we play Guess the IMDb Summary. Green, have you played this once? So you kind of know what it's going on. Ethan, don't start Googling anything, okay?
Got it.
So, okay, I'm going to jump on IMDb, and and then we're going to have you two guess what the summary is, the synopsis of Atlantis is. So, let me find it. Let me get on there. Okay. Beep, bleep, blop-de bloop. All right. So, it is one sentence. Does someone want to go first? Tarina, did you go? You went first last time.
Yeah,
So you can go.
I'll gladly
Or how
go
about no?
second.
You can go first just so you can like
No.
just go.
Okay.
Because Ethan
Alright.
hasn't done this yet. So it's
Okay.
one sentence.
Let's really think about this. Okay. A lot goes on in this movie. Like, the other one was easier. This is a lot.
But say if you're trying to sell this movie to someone, what would you describe it as?
Okay,
In a
so...
singular sentence. There are no commas or anything. It's just like...
No commas. You're telling me I can't have a comma? No
Well,
commas.
you can say... I'm just trying to narrow
Okay,
it down.
okay.
You can say
know-
whatever you want.
It'll just be a long run-on sentence. So,
Cool.
so academic Milo Thatch works at a museum where his fellow museum scientists do not take his research seriously. Maybe insert like a semicolon or something, or a dash of some sort. He later on, oh gosh, I already messed this up. He then, oh no, hold on. No. Let me start again. I'm gonna start again. Okay. Milo, an academic, takes a group of scientists and engineers to find the lost city of Atlantis and for his grandfather's wish of finding the city of Atlantis. That's it. That's the best I could do. Alright.
Works for
Ethan's
me.
really gonna up me here.
I don't think mine's any better.
You just gotta be different. You gotta hit those keywords. I'll grade you based
Yeah.
on how many keywords you hit.
Definitely did not
Well-
hit keywords here, but
Or maybe
go
like,
ahead.
yeah.
I feel like they always, when they talk about the protagonist, they have to have like some, like degrading adjective beforehand. So like protagonist or disheveled protagonist Milo Thatch goes on
Disheveled.
an adventure to find the lost city of Atlantis and learns, I don't know, they always have like a meaning thing and learns the meaning of friendship along the way.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice.
I don't know. They always have some
Okay.
sort of weird like
better-
moral thing in the second half
No,
of
that
the
definitely
sentence,
works.
I feel like.
Yeah, for sure.
So you both said Milo Thatch. You both gave. Well, Karina, you gave an occupation for him.
Academic, but I
Yeah,
don't
you
know
said
if that's-
academic, and Ethan, you said like you
Disheveled
gave a quality, like a
protagonist.
trait.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so, and then you both said Atlantis. You both went. What else did Karina? What else did you say?
I don't remember. It's
You
kind
don't
of
remember.
trash.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna give
think I
it to
mentioned the
Karina just
museum.
because she's
Oh.
got the profession instead of the quality. So
Nice. Oh, they use the word academic?
no, but it's a
Oh.
but you didn't talk about like I guess academic is a quality, but it does help give you a more like sense of who he is. Okay,
Nice.
so here it is. A young linguist named Milo Thatch joins an intrepid group of explorers to find the mysterious lost continent of Atlantis. That's it.
Oh,
Yeah,
nice.
it's nice.
Okay.
It's fine.
It doesn't really do the movie justice.
It really doesn't. The
I think the
sentence can't.
Tenet synopsis does the movie even less justice. That synopsis is
What
a
are they
little
gonna-
absurd, but
Are
it's
they gonna
fine.
start like analyzing the physics of the whole movie in the
in the
synopsis?
synopsis. Yeah, but it's just it's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. So, okay. What do we think? Karina, you've just seen it for the first time. What did you think
Mm-hmm.
about it?
I think it's a great movie. I really do. But I don't know. I felt like it was a bit rushed. And I know it's not supposed to be a super long movie, but I think the running time is like an hour something. I don't think it would have been a bad idea if they would have extended it maybe 2 hours. I don't know how long
2
movies
hours.
generally were. I don't know. Okay, I don't know. I mean, they're like, we have, 2-hour movies.
Oh no, I
Um,
thought you meant like extended 2+ more hours, so it's
Oh,
three
no,
and a
no,
half
no,
hours
no.
long.
No, like, maybe like, if they added just like an extra 20 minutes or something, maybe it would have just helped it a little bit, because I just thought it was a bit rushed. You start off at the beginning, we're introduced to Milo, and then bam, his grandpa's old friend, who happens to have a lot of money, clearly, sends him on this expedition, automatically grants him his wish that he's been searching for, and we don't know the time period for how long Milo has been looking for Atlantis, although, I mean, I guess they imply for a while. And then bam, here's a bunch of people, and then it's like, oh, but then he's not accepted, but all of this happens in such a short, like, time frame. I feel that maybe if they would have added like a breather, I don't know, a couple breathers, it's just so much happens. I don't know. But overall, though, I do think the storyline itself is really good. I really enjoyed it. Overall, I like the characters. I knew from the start that one guy, the military dude, Commander, whatever his name is, Lyle or something.
Lyle, the kindly Viking from VeggieTales.
That's
No.
not it.
It's Rourke.
What?
With
That's
an
his
R.
name?
Yeah,
I
know.
googled this.
I
Hold on
Googled
a
it.
second.
Because there's only
It
like
says
2 names I
Commander
remember.
Lyle Tiberius on Google.
What are you looking at? That's not
I'm
true
looking
at
at
all.
the Commander dude.
I
It's
think
on
you're
Google.
looking at the wrong.
Okay,
Hold
well,
on.
anyways, the Commander guy over here. I knew he was evil from the start. I was like, yep, that guy's gonna be trouble. He is way too nice and way too calm. Definitely gonna be evil, and I was right. But yeah,
Congratulations.
good movie. Definitely underrated. maybe adding
I'm
some
on Wikipedia and
extra
it says
time.
Rourke.
You guys are
Rourke.
both right. It's Commander Lyle Tiberius Rourke.
Oh,
Tiberius.
oops!
Like from
I didn't
Star
click on
Trek.
it to read the whole name.
It's got 3 names. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool.
oops. But yeah, that's my little summary of it.
That's nice. So, yeah, I mean, this was like one of my favorite movies growing up. I watched it a lot. But I didn't watch it at all until it's on Disney Plus now. So,
hmm
it's been a while. But yeah, I definitely understand what you're saying, that it just feels like a lot is happening.
Yeah.
I mean, it never gets to the point that it's overwhelming. It's not like Rise of Skywalker level overwhelming, but it's just like there's like take Indiana Jones, which is also like an adventure movie. They don't even go into how he gets funding for any of his stuff. They just like jump right in. Yep, he's funded by the museum. That's all you need to know, and then you move on with that. Versus like here, like you have to say he's give his background, give the fact that people don't take him seriously, and then go into there's a billionaire that knew his grandfather. You have a grandfather like subplot, not quite a subplot, but it's more like just a character ghost, I guess that's what they call it. Like the thing that drives him. Well, no, that's not the ghost. It's just more like because the character ghost is something holding you back, but then it's
hmm
a character motivation, I guess. Um, and so
He
character
wants to make his
background.
grandfather proud.
It's backstory.
Yeah.
It's just backstory. We'll call it that. It's backstory.
Yeah.
And then they have this billionaire, and then you have to introduce a whole like extra like
Yeah.
cast
This
of
whole crew.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they really only get one scene of getting to know them. I mean, there's
Yeah. Oh, that was so rushed. It's like,
when
oh,
they
what's your
go and
story? What's
camp.
your story?
Yeah,
Yeah.
when they set up the camp and they're like, "Yo," and it's like the whole point of it was just to tell the audience who these people are, which I mean, I appreciate that. But it's like this is the only scene that you ever see any sort of
Yeah.
character coming out of them other than just generic personality and how they act. So, yeah. Who do you like the most out of these people?
Good question. I like Milo, but I don't know. I think the doctor character
Sweet.
was my favorite. He was he was the chill good dude. He was
I
the
I like Sweet too, because like you know
Sweet.
that one scene where they're like having their whole conversion and everything. They're like all coming around, but like Sweet's not there because he's basically isn't he like taking care of the king and such?
yeah. He
Yeah.
like kind of already
decided.
made that decision.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, that's my favorite joke with him, of where he's like, so I led a bunch of vandals here on the greatest archaeological discovery in history that results in the kidnapping and or murder of the royal family. Am I forgetting everything else? Anything else? And Sweet just says, "Well, you did light our camp on fire and drop us down that big hole." And I'm like, that's my
Exactly.
favorite joke.
I think he was also one of the best developed characters, or at least the one that interact with Milo the most.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
I feel like throughout the movie, maybe if the writers would have, instead of having that one campfire where like everyone just randomly just shared their stories suddenly, like, oh, here's the information that you need to know for later in the film. Maybe if instead Milo along the way had like little conversations with each of them or had different instances where he talked to them, maybe that would have been better than having just the campfire, or again at least added some extra stuff in there. But otherwise, but because I think at the end though, I think that the movie itself ended really well with all of the information. I'm not mad about any character or any like plot hole or anything like that. I
Yeah.
thought the movie ended great, but along the way, organization is key, I think.
I think the movie's organized very well. It just needs like a little bit more, which is weird
Right.
saying that there's sometimes too much going on.
Yeah.
But I mean, the camps when they're talking about their backstory at the camp, like that scene isn't bad. It's just the fact it's the only one makes it stand out like a sore thumb.
Yeah.
Yeah. Ethan, what'd you think of the movie? Or what did you remember thinking of the movie?
It's not too long ago since I watched it. It was like a month or two.
A month or two.
But I
Interesting.
did, like you said, I've watched this throughout, like, since I was young. But yeah, it's just been one of my favorites. I actually watched it on the VHS because it was my great grandmother who had it before
Whoa.
at Disney
Ooh.
Plus. So
I first owned it on a DVD, so yeah,
fancy.
interesting. So, yeah.
Pretty interesting that they still made VHS copies in 2001. I just,
They're getting
I guess I
phased
didn't
out.
know that.
And
I
then they
watched like
went-
Scooby-Doo on VHS, but anyway.
What did I watch on VHS? I owned a lot of DVDs, like a lot. I have a whole
Yeah.
shelf of like old childhood DVDs in my basement, and I need to get rid of them somehow because I'm never gonna watch them again. But
My downstairs neighbor had a bunch from when her kids were young. And so she's this like older lady. She passed away when I was in middle school, but like I'd always go downstairs and watch like old films that she had, like CDs or VHS tapes and whatnot. I just watch it at her place. But yeah, childhood.
I remember, yeah. I remember my uncle being like very obsessed with Godzilla, and I would watch like ancient VHS tapes
Or it's the man in the suit.
of God. Yes, and I was watching it, and then he was like, because I was a budding filmmaker, I was making stupid videos, and he was like, "So can you do that?" And I was like, and my cousin just looks at me, and she's like, "We could do better."
Ooh.
And so what we ended up doing was we just decided to, because my cousin had this fish tank, and we were doing this spoof on Greek gods in their daily life, and then she put on this like paper cutout of a seaweed beard and stood behind the like fish tank, and she was
Nice.
Poseidon, and it was so funny. But yeah, it was funny. I actually have no clue where that DVD went, but it's somewhere. It's somewhere. I thought it was just so smart. I mean, I thought I was so funny for making that. Oh my gosh.
It's just
Okay.
genius, Francis.
Yeah, we're enough about that. Okay. So, this movie was made by the same people who worked on Beauty and the Beast, or they actually directed Beauty and the Beast. The directors also directed The Hunchback of Notre Dame. They worked extensively on Little Mermaid, Aladdin, and The Lion King. And apparently this was right after The Hunchback of Notre Dame that they went and started talking about what they wanted to do next, because it was like a big success and whatever, and the critics were all like, "Oh wow, this movie's so dark and cool. I hope Disney does more stuff like this, or does something interesting and challenging for them as a company." And so what they did was they decided, okay, we're sick of musicals, so we're gonna make a non-musical movie that's an adventure movie. And well, the critics, they hated it because they were expecting some like big singing, dancing, really like tacky to put
Yeah.
it like bluntly, a tacky like element to it, but it wasn't really that. So yeah, so whether you believe in this or not, Rotten Tomatoes has a 59% for this movie. It's like,
No, that's
It shouldn't be that bad.
no.
Because
it
it's-
was good.
yeah, I genuinely don't. No, 49. Yeah, never mind. It's like 10% even lower. So, yeah. And apparently it's mostly just because of the time it came out in. It was in just the big, like, they expected it to be some happy kids movie, but they concluded this movie is it's too mature for a child audience. And so, but the more I've like talked to people that have watched it since they were like younger, have really liked it.
This is like one of the
so-
least emotionally traumatizing Disney movies. Like, what do you
There are
mean
no
it's
dead
too mature?
parents, and there are
Yeah,
no
there
like
no-
anything. Because the typical like Disney protagonist villain relationship is the villain always causes something like terrible to the protagonist as a child.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Scar and
Yeah, that's exactly what I thought. I was like,
and
no.
then, well, Jafar is a little not quite there. He's just someone that whatever.
That was still very scary. Like, I would say that both of those are much more, I don't know, scary or mature compared to the Atlantis movie.
Yeah. So like Atlantis never hit the scary button for me. So I was
Yeah.
never traumatized, except for just maybe like when Rourke turns into a crystal. But that's it, really. Like I would watch
Yeah.
this on repeat because I
Mhm.
don't know. I was never, just to be honest, when I was younger, I didn't rewatch Disney musicals very often. I would kind of like watch it a few times, and then I'd be like, okay, cool, and then I would never watch it for like a year or 2 years even. But it's like this one, I kept on repeat a lot. I just liked the
Mhm.
adventure, and I found the protagonist very relatable, just because
Mhm.
he's just like a complete geek, and no one likes him. But I mean, it's the typical. I guess you could almost call him a teen protagonist. Ah ha ha ha.
Mhm.
A teen
One
outsider, but it's not a high school movie. This takes place in 1914. What do we think of that? Is that interesting? I don't know. I think it added a little bit of like a steampunk element to it, with kind of like an Indiana Jones aesthetic, because it does take place around that, not quite Indiana Jones level, because they're more 1920s, 1930s, because they're in Nazi Germany and whatever. But this is not. I don't know.
of my favorite
Ethan, are
facts
you good?
about this movie
Mhm.
Yeah.
is, at least according to Screen Rant, it has the second highest death count for Disney movies.
Oh yeah, that's true. Wait, who's the first? Is it Mulan?
No, it's Dinosaur, if you count
Whoa.
like the dinosaur
Wait.
versus actual human
No!
That
deaths.
makes sense. I didn't even think about that. I
Stop.
kind of love that, but because I never noticed it. Oh, that's dark. But yeah, I
Well,
mean, I never noticed it until I rewatched it. I'm like, there's a lot of people that die in this movie
yeah.
because
I feel like
they're all
the
go.
whole crew died, bro. On like the first blow, I was like, oh man, okay.
There's that giant
Well, not
ship
the whole.
gone to waste.
No,
Yeah,
yeah,
I was like, wow, okay.
because they boarded that entire submarine, like this giant submarine, and
Yeah.
then only two like escape pod ships get out. One of them is
Mhm.
completely destroyed, and I never really knew how they were able to load it with like all this extra stuff, because they managed to
Mhm.
carry the blimp, they carried a bunch of other supplies, they carried a drill down. I'm like, did they have like two of those? Did each of those support ships have those?
I think it
Mhm.
I
was
don't know.
like, even though two were shown, because like there was the two with like the main characters, I'm pretty sure like it had something in the background. Did it? Wasn't there like stuff in the background that had more ships? I might be
You
misremembering
mean
this.
wait? You mean the fact that it was like essentially the Bermuda Triangle and there were like a ship graveyard in the
No, I'm trying
background?
to think like, I might be wrong, but I think it showed two ships like throughout the whole escape sequence because those two ships had main characters on it. But like when they were unpacking and stuff, weren't there more ships that escaped
Wasn't
too?
it in the fight scene? What they did is they had the little escape pods from the main ship, and so some
The
of
two,
them,
yeah.
and then like like a lot of people got shot down, but then it was like the basically the main cast that we see later in the film, like they didn't get shot down by the monster thing, robot thing. So there's that.
Yeah,
Um,
there's that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well.
The
But
Leviathan, as they call it.
I don't
So,
know. I liked. I thought the time period was. I liked it. Yeah. I didn't have an
it's a
issue
nice
with it. I think it
vibe.
was nice.
Also,
Yeah.
the animation like style is interesting. Like, they have blocky fingers, and like
Yeah.
very pronounced chins, which is not really Disney's typical art style. And
Yeah.
I always thought it was weird, but I thought it was really charming in a way.
Yeah. I think it
So,
definitely is a movie that stands out from like the your general Disney theme. I like that too. I noticed that like I don't know. I noticed it the most on like that the Helga character. I don't know, like the way that like
oh
her
yeah,
features were pronounced and like
Commander,
her eyebrows and eyes and stuff
Commander,
like that. Yes.
Commander,
Yeah.
Commander,
Oh, shoot.
Commander, Commander. Yeah,
Isn't she? Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
she's like the really old woman that's on the intercom a lot.
No,
Or
not
is
that
it?
one.
Oh wait, is
Helga's
it
the blonde girl,
oh,
the
like the James
lieutenant.
Bond kind of character?
Yeah, her. No, the other one was
Yeah, no, no, no. I don't remember.
I don't know what her
names.
name was, but she was funny. She was great. Loved her.
Oh yeah, we're all
Yeah.
gonna die.
We're
Yeah,
gonna die anyways.
we're all gonna die. Said it twice, but yeah. So,
Didn't you tell me at some point beforehand we were talking about this like a
oh
while
yeah,
ago? I remember like they had like this style, they like the style it isn't now, but when they were showing it to like the heads or whatever, they were like saying like this is just like a basic drawing. It'll be like more ironed out in the finalized thing, and then they said no, this looks perfect. Keep it this way.
I don't remember that. I'm not sure.
Nice.
I
That's
thought you brought
cool.
up that fact.
I
But,
was talking
oh well.
about like how it's different from
Yeah.
other like the characters are different from typical Disney movies. Like, okay, so there's this really interesting thing I found in this excruciatingly long video essay on this movie, but it brought up this really interesting point of where, okay, so a lot of this has Milo is like his actions are what bring about the kidnapping or murder of the royal family, and so his own like his actions were in good intentions, but they still brought about like bad consequences.
Mhm.
And then even like all the side characters, which the movie like wants you to care for, and I mean I like them. They're very appealing. They have even if they only get one scene of backstory, I like them. And then it turns them into like they side with the villains in the second half, and even if it was momentarily for a few scenes, they do side with the villain. And then even early on, he asks them, so like, why are you all here? It can't possibly be for money. And they're all like, yeah, money. Yeah, money. I'm gonna say money. So like, yeah, it is pretty superficial, but it's just to help show you like their motivations change, and it helps add a
Yeah.
little bit of a three-dimensional aspect to them,
And
of
then
where they're not
in
just
the
like
end,
good or bad. Yeah.
and then in the end, they still get like a lot of money.
Oh yeah,
In
yeah.
the- so as I don't know, I guess it's that thing where it's if you do the right thing, you're rewarded for doing the right thing in a way, because yeah, they still get rewarded, which is nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because Atlantis is like rich, and they just give him a bunch
Yeah.
of gold. But I
magic
wonder if they got
crystals.
double paid when they got back. They got the
Maybe.
Atlantis gold, and they came back, and the billionaire. I wonder if they paid them again.
Oh, maybe
I wouldn't
actually.
I wouldn't know.
Very
So,
possible.
but yeah. Even then, there's like the part of where Rourke and the James Bond woman. What did you say her name was? I genuinely don't know
Helga.
her name. Helga.
Yeah.
When they're in the truck, and then she's all like, yo, there weren't supposed to be people down here. This changes everything. And he's all like, this changes nothing.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, it adds to why he's the villain. Little bit of a tiny foreshadow there, if you hadn't caught on already. Wink,
Yeah.
wink, wink. But no, I mean, it's not in your face. It's nice. And then it's like helps to show you more of the add to the dimensionality of them and all that.
What I thought was interesting is that the movie itself is kind of like, and Disney has made a couple, like, a couple movies along the same theme of the, like, with the colonizer mindset of the fact that they went there. I don't know colonizer, but like they went to go find a new land, and then although there were still people, the intention was there to still take away
You mean Frozen
The-
2?
the riches. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, exactly.
Don't cite that
Like,
movie in my
the riches.
presence.
Wait.
I see
No,
what
no.
you're
But
saying.
in Atlantis, what happens is the whole idea was to take away their power source, and they didn't really care about the people, if they would be okay. They just were looking there for resources for their
Yeah.
own people and everything. And I mean, if you think about it, you still Frozen 2 was still also a movie that had that same
It has
topic,
the theme is
but-
there. Whether
but
it's
then-
executed
but
well or
also-
not is up to you.
in a way. There was also Pocahontas. There was also I really think there were other movies, but they're just not coming to mind right now. Which I don't
I'm
know
trying to
if that
think
says
too.
something about Disney, but like in a way I kind of appreciate that, because I feel like I don't know what the raters were saying about, or what the critics were saying about how this movie's too mature, but I think that this was an important theme to explore of like, you shouldn't go to lands and take their resources
Don't
and
take
let the
my
people
stuff.
die.
Yeah.
Like let's move away from doing that. Although in our world history we've done exactly opposite. We shouldn't do that in the future, and I kind of appreciated that in a way. Oh, and then also the
Yeah.
main guy who found the expedition also got with the main princess or whatever of Atlantis, Pocahontas. The
Ahahaha.
movie a little bit similar in a way, with what was his name, John Smith or
John
whatever.
Smith.
Yeah. So I don't know, just interesting.
Hey, at
But
least
but
you
I
can't.
like the fact that Milo actually had like he really was he's a linguist. He was an academic. He had knowledge. He had like
And it's because of that knowledge that they succeed and get there in the first place.
exactly.
And yeah,
Exactly. And I kind of like I enjoyed that aspect of the movie itself for
yeah.
sure.
So yeah, so at least you can't criticize this movie for being historically inaccurate, like
Yeah.
to Pocahontas and whatever. But
Exactly.
I mean, yeah,
Exactly.
it's just a big fun adventure movie. So, and I liked that. So, um, what is it? There's this the original script was like 155 pages long, which is almost 2.5 hours. And so,
Nice.
yeah, but they had all of these extra extended sequences that was referred to as the Monster Parade. They had like lava whales and bats or giant bats. And
I'm
all
okay
this.
that they cut that out. I'm
No,
fine
yeah.
with that.
Hey,
I
I
don't
would have
think that
wanted
was
to
really
see lava
necessary.
whales.
You would or you wouldn't
I
have.
would have wanted to see lava
Isn't
whales.
Okay, maybe if they left the lava whales, that'd be cool. But I don't think it was necessary to have a bunch of like extra scenes with a bunch of monsters. Like, get to the
Yeah.
point already. Although
don't they show lava whales in the second one though?
they
Oh
do.
yeah, the
Oh,
second
I
one
haven't
that's
watched.
not a sequel. It was meant to be a TV show, but they just took 3 of their episodes and compressed it into one movie. Yes, that show.
I want to watch that.
You should
I'll just
watch
watch
it.
that
It's
tonight.
not
I'll just watch it.
terrible, but
Yeah.
it's like it's not gonna really contribute much.
But see, maybe if they had those extra scenes, I'm just saying, and I know I keep saying this, maybe it would have allowed for some more character development
It gives
for all
me
of the
some like Wonder
characters.
Woman vibes, because then Kita has to go to the surface world. She leaves Atlantis, and then she's like asking questions about everything,
I should watch it.
and I'm
I love
like, that's
Kita.
pretty funny. So yeah, she's
I
wonderful.
thought this whole time I thought her name was Kira, but then I googled
like
it as
from
Kida, and I was like,
like from Star
oh,
Wars,
yeah. So
or
oops.
from Death Note. Yeah, it's fine. It's cool.
There were also the scenes that I wasn't sure what to make of them, where it was like, um, the two girls trying to figure something out and it not working, and then Milo's like, "Oh well, actually, you have to do this, whatever." Then you can
Oh,
see that
with
the
the
girls are
boiler,
physically,
he does
yeah,
like
the
he hits it
boiler,
with the wrench and whatever.
yeah, and it's like, "How did you do it?" She's like, he's like, "Well, actually, I'm like an expert." He doesn't say I'm an expert, but basically, like that's what he's saying
Yeah.
in a way.
I got one of
I'm
these
an
old
expert on
babies.
this, and he's like he's trying to like talk down and like kind of like do the thing, and like you could see that I think her name was Ruby or whatever. Yeah, I think it's her
Aubrey.
name. Aubrey, not Ruby. Jeez, I'm
Audrey.
terrible. Aubrey was just like visibly annoyed, and then he does the same exact thing with Kida with the that fish car floaty thing, whatever device. It's a mode of transportation. With the where he puts the gem in, and then she's like, "How did you do that?" "Well, you have to do this, and you have to do this," and you can see that they're being annoyed. And I thought that was kind of funny. I don't know, like, what their intention was with putting those scenes in, but I thought it was interesting. I don't know. I wasn't sure if this was like some sort of like feminist undertone of some sort or not, or if I'm just
What?
overthinking the scenes at this point.
I thought it was just a fun little trait that he's doing.
But I mean, there's also the thing with like mansplaining, like that whole concept, and so I wasn't sure if that's what they were trying to explore that through those scenes, or say something about that, or if it was just the scenes and I'm just looking a little too deep into it. I don't know.
Well,
But
someone had to write those little bits, so
so maybe it was in the back of their heads. I don't know. That's what I'm
Maybe.
thinking.
I don't know. Hollywood's
It was
dominated
funny
by
because they didn't take it. They were like, "Shut up," and then they just
It's like, yeah, shut up. Yeah.
and then they just moved on.
I mean, Audrey is like a young engineer of where they're
Yeah.
like, don't judge her by her age and whatever. And Kita's like a warrior princess or I almost thought Captain Marvel because she said like warrior heroes or whatever, but no,
Yeah.
far from that. And oh yeah, I remember I got shocked of when they were like they came out of the water and then they kidnapped her and like grabbed her and whatever, and then she pulls a
Yeah.
knife and almost kills them, and I was like, whoa, she's gonna kill that guy. And so yeah, also apparently she's like 8,000 years old. So
Love. Was it really 8,000? I don't know. I don't know how old. How wasn't she like 100? I thought she was like 100 something.
because apparently she
definitely
was
wasn't.
there when Atlantis like drowned.
But I thought
yeah.
in the movie she said she was like 100 and something. Or
No,
did I
it's
hear that
definitely
wrong?
not 100.
She's definitely
'cause if
not
it takes
100.
place in 1914, that means Atlantis was still around in the 1800s.
Well, then why did she say she
Hold
was I swear that's what I heard. Okay, maybe
it's
it just
because
wasn't
they're
listening.
buried underground, so they don't have a sun, so they lost count.
Honestly.
Apparently, they don't. This whole movie hinges on them forgetting how to read. So,
Yeah.
so
Stop! You're right. That's too funny.
because I'm my biggest like plot issue, which I mean, plot issues tend to like not matter because as long as the movie still works emotionally, it's fine. But still, it's bothering me. Of that, you have these people who have been around since they forgot how to read, and wouldn't they know how to read? And then just like the group of people that are in like that present still don't like they forgot how to read. But apparently, it's due to like burying the crystal or whatever instead of like showing it fully and it's like above the city. Because I know she has this bit of where she says like our culture is dying and whatever, and is that because is it linked to the
I didn't think of
them burying the crystal or like the king
Yeah,
burying
because
it,
like how else
hiding it
like
away?
yeah, because like how else did then like the whole mission save their culture? Because they didn't really do anything to save the culture other than the whole crystal situation. So I think so. I think you're right. I think it had to be the fact that the crystal was brought back from underground or like uh, refreshed or something. It
I'm
got
trying to
refreshed.
it can like control R refresh.
Have you tried turning it off and turning it back on again? Like that was the issue this whole time.
Yeah, so it's like I don't really know. I'm trying to think of what the problem was because the king. Okay, so yeah.
That's kind of what I liked about like something like it was like a small reveal or whatever. The king was like at first like saying like we're not going to show it to you, and you think it's all probably like because they probably don't want outsiders to do all this weird stuff, and it's like a whole bit of, like our culture, their culture sort of thing. But then like he reveals like he used it for like war and stuff, and then that's why the whole thing happened because some sort of technology that they built went wrong, and so he's like, I don't want this to happen to anyone else. It can't be used for war. He's afraid of that.
That's like every origin of why Atlantis sinks. But yeah, they did it in Aquaman too. But yeah,
Is Aquaman
it's
on
Atlantis. No, it's a DC movie. It's on like I think it's on HBO Max, but I watched it in the theaters back like 2 years ago or last year. It's pretty good considering. I mean, you don't got much to compare it to considering DC's movies are what they are. So yeah. It's pretty. It's fine. But
according to Google, the city sank in 6,586 BC.
So yeah, Akita's 8,000 years old.
Definitely older. Okay, well, that's fine.
We'll just say so. Like, what is it? Shoot,
So
I forgot.
Milo has a thing for older women.
Wait, so if Milo's like gonna stay, is he gonna like live forever now because he's like he has his own little crystal gem necklace?
That would be so great. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I didn't even think about that. I was like, Milo's really out here about to get old and dusty.
Like a Lord of the Rings situation with
Yeah.
like Aragorn and Arwen. She's gonna like stay immortal and he's not, whatever.
Yeah, it's just oof.
Get dusty. That's wonderful. Is he immortal now? Or like
I would assume so, yeah.
Because they use the
That's
crystal
so
to keep
cute.
themselves
It was a
alive.
crystal thing.
And whatever.
Love
Guys,
to see it.
what is the crystal? What is it? They call it the heart of
Magic.
Atlantis. Is it magic? It's Disney
But they're
magic.
like, doesn't it have? It has I think it's magic. Yeah, honestly.
I mean, you know
like,
that like Atlantean A symbol that's all around? It reminds me of the D, the Disney D. If you ask me, because it had
Hey
like
guys,
loops
maybe it's like
around.
really advanced Bluetooth. So like everyone's crystal is connected.
Everyone's
to
connected.
Wireless.
Wireless life. It's like wireless charging.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
Wi-Fi charging, guys. Apparently, according to the Disney Wikipedia page, it was a comet that landed in Atlantis. So this is Black Panther, but it's fine.
Got you.
It's,
Oh, but wait, hold on.
This
They're
came
not
first.
immortal though.
they live
Are
really
they?
long.
They
Well, I
live
mean, the
long,
king
but they're
was
not
dying.
immortal.
The king was dying.
Exactly,
so
exactly. So
they just
Peeta
live a very
probably.
long time.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay,
the
yeah.
whole thing was she was like the stones that are like orbiting the crystal are like their past
Past kings.
So
Exactly.
I think like they died, and
Yeah.
so cool.
Mhm.
Or was he dying because I don't know. I think so. The crystals, like, is it related to their culture? Just by burying it, they forget how to read. Very interesting. But then they bring it
I think-
back, or
Definitely is some sort of comet magic, outer space
Comet,
energy
outer
kind of
space
vibe. Yeah.
works for me. I don't need it.
I think that's the best explanation you're gonna get here, unless Ethan has a better one. But
No.
They have like a whole like Bible for the movie though. Like they have how the water works. Like they were gonna include all of these like extra details on how the city works. Like there's this
like-
water pump that pumps water up so it can flow over the sides. There. There's
that's
like
cute.
they know of how that works and whatever. Yeah.
It's like that, the Shepherd's Bible or whatever.
The Shepherd's
Shep-
Journal. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I meant like the show Bible, like the stuff that
Yeah.
you write so you understand the show or whatever. Yeah, the Shepherd's Journal. Why is it a shepherd? I don't really know. Who wrote it?
That's
I don't
also
really know
very-
either.
Good question.
Who? So if it has like all of these very intricate details about Atlantis that not even Atlantis knows, then does that mean did the person who wrote it like go there and came back with the book and put it in Iceland for some reason?
Wait.
I wonder
are
why
you
is
saying,
it in Iceland? What am I saying? I don't know what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I
how-
don't-
Why is it in
I don't
Iceland?
know.
I don't know.
Well, but what's that one part? I don't know. It feels like, remember when the king is just like, oh, it's visitors, don't shoot, or just shoo them away. He's not. He's not just like, oh my God, it's been 8,000 years. There's actual
Oh,
other
so
people.
then people
so I'd
might have
assume.
been-
I guess you would assume, going by that, it's actually
multiple
like
people have been
they've
there.
had people come visit before.
But don't you need a submarine to get down there? Because they said it's like a sink where there's like a tunnel down into this air pocket, and then you have to traverse that whole terrain underneath, and you have a monster. I don't know how people get there.
You know, maybe it was a mermaid or something. I
It
don't
was a mermaid. It was Ariel from the other universe coming.
It was
up.
actually, oh my gosh, wait a second. We could
The
just
Disney
do some, like,
multiverse. You gotta have
in-depth,
the Disney
yeah.
Avengers.
Disney Adventures. Exactly.
And the crystal is actually an infinity stone.
Yeah,
It's fine.
that works.
It's fine. This is cool.
Yeah,
It works.
I think so.
Yeah. So I also saw this comparison of where they say the king is to the crystal as Milo is to Rourke, the commander dude, because they both use like these other people / objects for their own like reasons, but then it ultimately leads to consequence of where it's like the king used this crystal for his own reasons, but it caused like the destruction of Atlantis, and then Milo used or needed Rourke's help to get there, which ultimately results in the king's like murder. And then that whole metaphor is made literal when Rourke becomes a crystal. So it was a weird parallel, but I don't know if I'm explaining it 100%.
I don't know if I vibe with that parallel.
I don't know
I
if
mean,
I-
I
I'm not
get it, but it seems very like,
It's a little far-fetched.
Yeah, it's
stretch.
a
Or
yeah, quite a stretch. I mean, I would agree that, but at the same time, like I feel like Milo, like it wasn't for, okay, it was for personal gain. This is true, in a way, but as for his grandfather's legacy and for himself, just like, but it was like knowledge, it wasn't like personal
Well, yeah,
gain
he's
as
the
in
only one
wealth.
that wants it like not entirely selfishly.
Exactly. Like it's just worth the knowledge and the discovery for the academia rather than the
Academia.
yeah academia rather than the actual his own personal gain in that sense. So on the other hand, the king.
Because the difference would be like the king decided, like he reacted poorly, whereas Milo decides to go out and face
But at
Rourke
the same time, what else could have Milo done? Like
just not
he
do it,
needed a ship.
not
Milo would
have
not
the
have
ending
got.
of the movie.
Yeah, like he would have just died down there if he didn't have a strong crew, fighting. Because he was like the guide. He was the map guy basically.
I think it's supposed
Everyone
to be
else
like they
did all
both
the work.
had the best of intentions.
Maybe
But
okay,
then,
maybe.
like,
I guess yeah.
it's fine. It's cool. I'm
Yeah.
trying to find that little part in this thing. Hold on. Here's this one.
And the specifics of this moral argument can be seen by exploring the parallels between Milo and King Nadak. This is because what the central crystal of Atlantis was to Nadak, Rourke was to Milo. Let me explain. Nadak used the crystal for his own personal reasons and never intended for his actions to endanger Atlantis itself. But regardless of what he intended, that's what happened. And because of his use of the crystal, Nadak lost the love of his life. Much in the same way, Milo partnered with Rourke for his own personal reasons, never once intending for his actions to present a danger to Atlantis itself. And again, regardless of what was intended, that is what happened. And because of his partnership with Rourke, Milo lost the love of his life. Rourke and the crystal serve parallel roles for Milo and King Nadak. Heck, the parallelism is made literal when Rourke turns into a crystal during the climax of the film. But the difference between King Nadak and Milo is their response to the unintended misfortune. Where Nadak hides away the crystal and allowed his people to forget how to read their own language, altering the very cultural identity of Atlantis, Milo remains true to himself and faces Rourke head-on.
Okay, that's the little thing I saw, and I thought it was cool.
Yeah, that makes sense.
He's definitely
Yeah.
he's definitely like said it a lot better than I did, but that's what I was referring to. That's a video from Savage Books on YouTube. He makes cool videos, especially his hour-long "Why the Rise of Skywalker Has Bad Editing" video. But yeah, oh no, it's
Just editing.
no. Oh wait, no, I quoted it wrong. A professional editor breaks down the Rise of Skywalker. There you go. 47
Nice.
minutes long. I won't say I've watched it multiple times. 41 minutes. It's cool. It's cool. It's fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, where do we want to go from here? Yeah, Disney didn't. It did very poorly at the box office. Also critically, I don't think it's that bad. I think because this movie hits all of like the beats of like a hero's journey and all that, which isn't bad, but like it's before it became famous. And it has like characters have actions and then there are consequences and then they decide to resolve those actions, yada yada yada. The villain isn't like totally cliche.
Yeah.
He's an Indiana Jones villain kind of. It hits the beats. Does
The critics,
Just
the
one of
critics are
those
definitely like left the
movies that-
theater angry. Like,
I don't
man,
know.
you're telling me we didn't get a campfire musical number? We didn't get a musical number onboarding the ship?
I didn't get
like
a
the
singing
villain,
dancing candlestick.
the commander dude didn't start like going on about how he wants money and wealth. Where is the music? Where is the song? Where's my reason for living? And then bam, like 2% rating or whatever.
It's one of the
it
few
is.
early Disney movies that are actually rated PG and not G. So I don't know.
Ooh, scandalous. Oh, maybe that's why they were like, whoa, this is a little too mature for our audience. Maybe that's why.
Our
I don't know.
2001
Do you think, was it
children.
the relationship between Kita and, what's the word? Sorry, I thought my mom. The relationship between Kita and Milo that was, like, mature content, but, like, I don't think so, right? Like,
Hey, I mean, Bella's out here loving an animal, but it's
oh,
fine.
well,
Bestiality.
oh, and then
and whatever.
Tarzan. Tarzan was a thing. Yeah, never
Tarzan
mind.
is a thing.
That
I
was
I never understood. Did Jane and Tarzan like genuinely believe Tarzan was an ape that had no hair, or did she think he was an
What?
actual like? I mean, obviously he
No,
looks like
I
a
think
human,
I'm pretty
but
sure he.
they're like,
I'm
this is
pretty
the
sure they
missing
knew.
link
No.
between apes and men
No,
or
he-
whatever. But
No, I'm pretty sure he led her to the like crash site and like house where his
oh
parents
yeah,
used
yeah,
to
yeah,
live.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, like before
They knew he
though,
was human.
Or-
Yeah,
but
that was
before though.
that would have been an interesting plot point.
This is the missing link between whatever. Just they go on about that and blah blah blah.
Oh, that was just because of like they were discussing evolution and whatnot, and so it was showing how like yeah.
I wish that the Tarzan movie, like the characters actually sung it and it wasn't Phil Collins. I wish. That's why I think the musical is 100 times better than the movie, but it's
the one musical I did in high school. That was-
the one where you played
The one.
just a plant in a green shirt. That's
Yeah.
outrageous.
Hey,
This
I
is
was a plant
unfair.
and an explorer Excuse you, Francis.
The explorer that was on for like.
You had more of a role than
once.
I did.
Oh no, Ethan.
Ethan, did you
I
try
just
out
had
or
to
did you
put-
just like do it?
I just decided, hey, I want to try out tech,
Cool.
and
Nice.
I got thrown in right to the musical, and they said, hey, press play.
Press play.
On the button.
Cool.
That was it.
Nice.
Press play. Just watches the movie. What did you mean? You said press play. Yeah. I know you auditioned for that one show that only like 3 freshmen got in. But it's like,
What was that? Did I?
I know you were there.
Which one?
It was the one right before Tarzan. I don't remember. Whatever.
Was it Robin Hood? I don't even remember that.
No. It came after.
Isn't there like no one in theater this year?
Yeah, there's no one in theater. So, I mean, it's
Tragic.
not my problem, but it's
Yeah.
whatever. I mean, I'm not doing it. I didn't do it since like the musical in junior year.
My
Even
last
that
thing
was
was
a
the
little tragic, but it's fine.
improv my 10th grade, and then I
I think
just
improv was my height, so it's fine. It's fine. I like the actual improv show, not the one that he like asked us to do at some other like school.
Oh yeah.
It's cool. It's
Anyway.
cool. It's cool.
Anyways.
Anyways, Milo's immortal, and I thought Kita was spelled Kita, but it's Kida.
Oh, you thought it was T. I thought it was R. It was great. No one knew it was actually D.
Kiadikash. Are these like they sound like Sumerian names or whatever? What is that Milo was saying? He's like, you see, it's like Latin, but you throw in a dash of Sumerian, like he's cooking or whatever. And
Yeah.
I'm like, wow.
Well, it's a very linguist, yeah. I don't. Do we even like? Are linguists? No, we probably are needed to some extent, but like I don't think they're.
They invented the whole that whole language was invented. They have a whole alphabet for it, and there
Wow.
are actual way. Like I watched the bonus features of the DVD, and you can
Uh-huh.
speak it. You can learn the language, and there's a grammatical system. I'm like, wow, they went all out on this. I love
Right,
that.
forget Spanish class.
I'm gonna learn
actually
Atlantean,
learning
guys.
Atlantean, exactly.
It's cool though. It sounds cool. But I don't know. I would rather learn Geonosian from Star Wars.
No, but imagine you,
Yeah.
you and your friend or significant other just learning the secret language together, and then you speak it in public,
And
and
no one
literally
knows what you're
no one
talking
knows what you're talking. No one. So it's like your own secret language. So all I'm saying, and then maybe like the one like 10-year-old who decided to learn Atlantean too understands what you're saying, but that's irrelevant.
The 10-year-old. I mean, I tried to learn Elvish from Lord of the Rings one time. I actually just successfully wrote a sentence. There was a whole book about. I own a book about how to, like, learn the
Guys,
Lord of the
can we
Rings
please?
language.
We should make an episode with us trying to learn one of these languages.
I
I
want-
barely
you know what?
understand pig speak. How can I do this?
Pig Latin.
Pig
Uh,
Latin, that's what it's called.
No, yeah, I can do. I mean, yeah, I don't know if people can do Pig Latin on the fly. I mean, I sure can't.
Isn't
I was
it?
like, what did you
I don't know
say?
if
I'm
Andrew
sorry.
can.
words backwards and you
Stay
add
on
like
the
an.
Cupid's day. Like tenet words, so you have to
All
say
right,
It's like-
I'm out.
I think it's like you take the first letter,
You put it at the end
remove
and you
it,
add
and
YA.
add A.
Or you add an A.
So it's like
So-
pay, or would be
A-Y.
pay.
You have to A-Y. Add
Huh?
A. Instead of phone A, it would be hone pay.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Ooh yay.
So our names are like that
No
too.
yay.
So
Hone pay.
Rancis Faye.
Arena K.
Okay.
Then
might as well
eBay.
Than yay.
Then EA.
And then Ilo May, Ida K.
Oh yeah. You said Ilo May and I was like, Kylo Ren?
Kylo
I genuinely didn't know who you were talking about. See, it's like I can't translate it on the fly. Whatever. You know what? I need to learn Wookiee. It's fine.
Amazing.
I can do my impression. It's fine. It's hideous. This is fine. I need to stop saying this is fine so often. I'm saying it too many times.
There's
It's
too
fine.
many things that we have to say. It's fine. When is it gonna end? It's not
It's
fine.
like, get
Nothing
over
is
it,
actually
please.
fine.
I need to move on. This is fine. Just move on.
Yeah.
Tell me something I care about. Whatever. Yeah. All right. There's a
Okay.
lot of breathing room. So, do we have any final thoughts about this? I think it was.
It's a good
I think.
movie.
I think it's a good movie, and I think people are
Worth the
starting to
watch.
actually realize it now. And there's a little bit
it's
of a. Yeah.
definitely a movie you
Yeah.
should watch. One of those like top 100 movies before you die thing.
Top
Yeah.
100. You're gonna put
Yeah,
this movie on top 100. Jeez,
There's
I
a
need to
whole
go and
book
watch The
like
Seventh
that.
Seal again. What is that? Trina, you watched Soul, didn't you? You watched it yesterday,
Yeah,
haven't you?
I watched it. Yes, sir.
Don't
Yes, I
watch
did.
that. I've heard
It
it's
was
good.
great.
should
Oh my
watch
gosh,
it.
Ethan, watch it. It's so
There's a
good.
lot of movies that I haven't watched.
I have seen every Pixar movie except Inside Out.
You haven't watched Inside Out?
Yeah,
Inside
I
Out's
know.
okay.
Go watch it. Go. Oh my! I loved Inside Out. It was great.
Hold
Okay,
on.
maybe looking. Okay, to be fair, I think I liked it more because I went to watch with my cousins in my cousin in theater, and I was excited because I was spending time
You
with
see,
her.
I was
but it was a good movie.
Wait, what year did it come out? I need to figure out how old I was.
A
so I
few
can-
years ago. That's the
Inside
best I can
Out.
give you.
2015. You see,
Yeah.
that means I was an edgy 7th grader who thought he was too good for animated movies. And boy, was I wrong, because
Wow.
now it's like my favorite genre.
Please, I only
it's-
watched it. No, I'm just kidding.
No, nowadays I'm watching all kinds of stuff that is also mostly animated. I need to watch Wolfwalkers. That came out this year, and apparently it's amazing. So, it's cool. Apparently it's a third part in a trilogy, which is like Song of the Sea and something else. Something that has to do with Ireland. But maybe it's not
Ireland.
like a trilogy, it's more of just like a thematic trilogy where they kind of like link together, but they're not explicitly connected.
Yeah.
I think. But it's also on Apple TV, so like no one can watch it unless you bought an Apple product, and then it'll give you a year for free anyway. I don't know.
Nice.
I hear it's cool. Do we want to give any recommendations to the listeners, or like two listeners,
About Atlantis or just in general?
or just like in general?
I don't know. Live your life. Watch Soul.
Yes, watch Soul.
Watch Soul.
What did you like more? Did you watched Onward and Soul like within
Yeah.
the same day or within the
2
same
days.
24 hours?
Yesterday I watched Onward, and then the day before I'd watched Atlantis and Soul. So I watched Atlantis, Soul, and Onward. Yes.
Gotcha.
Wow. Oh, which one
Your
was
Disney
better?
trip. Which one did you like more? 'Cause I would say I like them both for like different reasons.
Same.
Yeah.
I think Onward is like, I don't know. I feel like I feel
It's a
like Soul
tropey
was.
quest D&D movie.
Yeah, it was a little bit more like fantasy, but then Soul was a bit more down to earth, ironically, kind of, I guess, because they're kind of above earth. No, anyways, like the
Onwards and
souls.
upwards. There's a theory
Anyways.
that Onward is like the axiom from Up, like the spaceship crash landed onto another planet, and that's how all of the elvish, the fantasy people got their technology. And so,
What?
because if you look in the
Hold-
mountain, like the Raven Point, what they thought was Raven Point, the
Yeah.
mountain, it looks like the axiom like ship, but like turned sideways. And so There's a theory.
Whoa.
And that's
That
how they have
is
all of these technology that's exactly like humans and whatever.
that I love that theory. No.
And the
Okay, I
Pixar
really
theory
liked
that all the Pixar movies are in the same timeline. So
maybe it's because I watched the movies too close together and both of them made me cry.
yeah.
So
I would
in
Soul
that
didn't
sense
make me cry. It gave me the feels, but like Onward was more cry
I think I was just
worthy.
emotional for no reason. I don't know. I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
like, that's such a beautiful message, and I was crying.
Oh,
Okay, I don't know if I could say it which one was better. I feel like Soul is a very good like, I don't know like a masterpiece, but I think it's very, in a way, it's simpler, and there's like and it has a really nice message about life. So I really liked the movie as a whole because of that. With Onward, I thought the story, like the storyline, was really good. I also thought it was a good movie, but I think the reason I like Soul, I like them for different reasons. I think I like Soul because it says something really nice about the world that we live in and our lives as a whole. Whereas Onward it's a really nice story, it's a really nice plot, made me emotional, but it wasn't as like
wasn't a heart-wrenching movie.
yeah, or it didn't make such a big breakthrough in a way, if that makes sense.
Because like
it
I
wasn't...
would say that it wasn't like supposed to. I don't think that was their purpose.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And it wasn't supposed to. Exactly. So, but I love that movie just because I think it's a good movie. Soul I like because I think it says a lot about our lives, the life that we live and whatnot. So, yeah.
Do you think it's
Yes.
going to change people's lives? Do you think someone's going to watch Soul and be like, wow, what am I doing? And then just like
I
do
mean,
something different?
they're just going to be like, I
Or
have
is it
to
going to
pay
be like an
attention to
old
the
New Year's
leaves more.
resolution that'll fade away?
Stuff. You know, I think what it says is like, pay attention to the little things in life. And I think that people need that reminder sometimes, So, when I walk Fufu, my dog, for the people listening, I just pay attention to what's around you, your surroundings. A lot of times we're caught up in our phones, we're caught up in our careers, we're caught up in our college searches, But sometimes just look back, make sure you're really enjoying your life as a whole, and also the things that we maybe are very passionate about is
Can
not
become an
define our
obsession
life.
too, yeah.
Yeah,
Like how
it
they
does,
have
and
the
it
bit
shouldn't.
where your passion can become an obsession. And I'm like,
I
that's
love
cool.
that.
Because I feel
love
like I
that.
relate sometimes, and I need to like take
Same.
a break.
I was
So-
like, is this? Oh my gosh, it's like the butterfly meme. Is this me in debate? Like, it's like me in high school. So yeah, for sure.
Cool.
Both
Ethan,
great
you got
movies.
any Rex?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still on my whole Dirk Gently binge right now.
I need to watch.
As in, I've finished the series and I've started reading the books.
There are books too. There's a book to
Yeah,
everything.
it was
now.
originally
Libros.
books. It's by
There's a
Douglas
book about it
Adams.
being a book. No, well, not Dirk Gently, but there's somewhere there is. Yeah.
But yeah, if you just want a crazy show that has
They
lots
call
of different sci-fi such.
They call it
Dirk
the
Gently.
unspoilable show. So how about you tell us a spoiler and I'll test that theory.
There are 3 people in the show that are actually the same person.
Okay.
Yo.
Is it like a Mission Impossible mask reveal where they rip off their face and it's actually a mask?
No.
Okay. Is it a psychological thing where they all
we
think
need to
they're
put a
the what
spoiler
do you
warning
think?
before I say that thing, though.
Well, it's fine.
Yeah.
I don't know how many people are
I don't
actually
know.
listening to this, but it's fine. So, all right, I guess we can wrap up here. It's been an hour, a nice juicy hour where we talked about nothing. So, yeah, go watch Atlantis. It's pretty good. It's very much underrated, and I think it was released ahead of its time. So, anyone want to give like an out of 10 rating? I will start. I'll give it a somewhere between maybe like an 8 or a 7.5 out of 10. No, 7.5 is a little low. I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Like, it's definitely, it hits a lot of the marks there. You will not be like emotionally drained whatsoever after watching this, but you won't be emotionally betrayed either. So, it's not a waste of your time. I would say the romance subplots are between like, did you ever think that Milo and Audrey was going to be a romantic tie
Yeah.
until they
Yes, I
switched her
did.
up. Did you think
Yep.
that? Yeah, because I
But
almost.
then I think they were
almost
like,
felt
"Whoa, hold on, she's a minor." So, like, wait a second. So that would have been problematic.
They don't have to have them sleep together. They mean maybe it's
but
because
still,
maybe it's just because he's like clearly older. I don't know. It's
I
cool.
think because they said that, like, he works in a museum. Like, I think he's definitely like past college. He's like professor,
Yeah.
like in his 20s, and she's, I think, like 19 at the oldest. I mean, 19 is over 18, but we don't know. Did they ever disclose her exact age?
I am not sure.
Yeah. So, anyways,
Old
yeah, just
enough. Nah.
old enough, Francis.
No.
No.
Francis,
No.
no. Please no.
Well, I feel like that one scene that Karina was talking about where like he's with the boiler, it wasn't more of like a I'm showing off for the girl, it's more of like I'm trying to fit in. I
No,
feel
yeah,
like.
yeah. I
Maybe,
get that.
yeah.
I really don't think
Yeah.
he was trying to show off. I think he's just trying to like. This is a callback to when he knows a thing or two. Not that isn't just about books and languages. It's a little.
It was
skill
the
he's
way
picked up.
he was saying it just got me. Like it looked like they intentionally made him sound all like not nerdy, but like super. Because it wasn't that. It was like, well, actually, I don't know. I don't
read
know.
it as
like,
just he was just trying to be kind of stuffy.
Yeah, he was
and
trying
not
too
because of-
hard. He was just-
not because it was a
he-
girl, but just because it was him. So,
yeah, he was just trying too hard for sure. That's what it
yeah.
was.
It's just like
but
yeah, get away.
Yeah,
I
like
get it.
get out the way.
Yeah, so it's cool. I wonder if they have boilers in Atlantis for him to fix or whatever. And because that skill is now useless.
Yeah.
But
He
it's
gets
fine.
to introduce the boiler system.
You have this. Hey, we're gonna bury the crystal again. We don't need it. We have boilers now. It's fine.
Yeah.
Have
Damn.
our ultimate energy source powered by lava. Not gonna lie, that sounds kind of cool. I'm gonna do that. Cool. So yeah, good movie. You want to give a rating?
I think I agree with you on the rating. I'm gonna say a solid 7. Maybe like a 7.5 would be better. Yeah, because I think I still have a thing with like how the movie. I don't know. Maybe the characterization could have. I don't know. The characters could have been developed a little bit better or in a better way. Not better, but in a better way. And so because of that, I will give it a 7.5. Yeah.
I'd say 8's the lowest I can go on this, because I mean like yes there is little characterization, but I think it's kind of like the whole like the current Godzilla movie argument. We don't really need to see much characterization. This is a movie about finding Atlantis and then having a small little conflict. It's not a movie like with the Godzilla stuff. This isn't a human movie. I'm going to go watch a giant lizard fight a giant monkey. I don't need to see human subplots.
So then it's like an
I-
expectations kind of situation.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I mean, it's like, what was the purpose of this movie then? Because I know the whole point was for the creators were sick and tired of musicals, so they just wanted to do something different, and I applaud them for that, and I applaud them for spending several $1 million of Disney money on this, and because I mean with Godzilla or whatever, yeah, I'm gonna go in. I mean, yeah, it does horribly critically, but just by buying a ticket to go watch it, or just by renting it on, or just stealing it on some illegal movie website, either way, I know I know exactly what kind of movie this is. This is a big dumb action movie. So if it gives me any more than that, then I would deem that impressive. So because even then, like because I did watch the last Godzilla movie, and I went in like thinking this is just a dumb movie. I really don't care, but but I came away thinking, like, you know what? That's exactly what I thought it was. Big, dumb action movie. I'm not disappointed. Why are you disappointed? That's exactly what it was. So, yeah. Expectations, whatever. It's cool. I need to give a rec. I haven't wrecked anything. Y'all should watch Trial of Chicago 7. It's great. It's cool.
Oh, I should watch that.
It's on
I should have watched
it's on
this during
Netflix.
debate.
Yeah. It's cool.
Oops.
It's on Netflix. So
Netflix.
Netflix. No, I like Netflix, but they always rotate their movies faster than I can like watch them. I mean, well, not really. I mean, I know Inception was on it for a while, and then they took it off, but yeah. I mean, I had seen it already, but I was like, well, they didn't even give me a chance to rewatch it. Whatever. Yeah, you should watch it. It's great. It's by Aaron Sorkin. He wrote the Steve Jobs movie and a couple other things. I think he also wrote The Social Network. Don't quote me on that. I think he did. But it's really good. And the characters are... It's got funny. It's got some humor to it. It's got the funny. Yeah. It's got humor to it. It's cool. It's very interesting, too. It's set in the backdrop of... Because the Chicago 7 happened about 1920s. So, like, during the... No, wait. I got my timeline screwed up. It's during the Vietnam War and whatever. And it's cool. So, that's that. All right. Thank you, everyone, for listening to our Atlantis... I almost said rant. Our review, our discussion. Just a discussion.
Come back for more episodes in the future.
What do you want to do next? Karina,
Yeah.
what do you want to do next?
Oh,
There's no promises here.
I mean, I just watched Soul and Onward, but I'll let you know if I watch any other new movies. I'll let you know.
I'll probably do like 5 more Star Wars episodes.
No, if you give me a movie, honestly, I'll watch it and we can discuss.
Cool. All right. So, thanks everyone for listening. That's our closing thoughts. We did our reviews. So, it's not a waste of your time. But honestly, if you have to ask me, you should watch Soul first. Cool.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
All right. And now everyone wave, and everyone listening, you should pretend we're waving.
Yes.
Goodbye.
I am waving. Goodbye. Goodbye.